Hello guys, me again Aswat. And finally after a long break from watching movies, finally watch a movie, and that movie is Zack Snyder Justice League. And it's a 4-hour long movie, and I was given the movie to watch. And it's like this is such a long period of time since the last time I did a movie review, so forgive me if I'm a bit rusty. Okay, just some background into the movie. The movie was produced, originally came out 2017, I think. It's a long time ago, and the original theater cut was originally done by Zack Snyder, and then Zack Snyder had to leave the movie because his daughter passed away, and then they brought in Joss Whedon to finish the movie, and we got that horrible 2017 cut. And for the first time, I'm always a fan of Zack Snyder movies, and I'm a fan of movies. And usually, if a movie is good, I definitely buy a copy for skipping and for rewatching again and again, And I have Man of Steel, I have Batman vs Superman, and once I watched Justice League, I only watched one time only. I think Man of Steel I watched it more than 2 times. Batman vs Superman more than 2 times also. But the Justice League I watched only once, and I did not have any desire to watch it again or bought the copy outside, Blu-ray or DVD, whatever. It was the Justice League that came out was so meh. I would say it's meh. And later I realized that everybody realized that Zack Snyder had actually a longer cut, which is like a 4 hours cut that came out recently. And so that's where we are now. So I've watched both, of course, and now I should give you the background on that, and I know the politics behind it. I don't want to touch that so much. What do I think about the movie? That's what we came for here. Okay, so the movie is very, very different from the original that came out in the cinema. That was Joss Whedon. They call it Justice League because Joss Whedon directed it, and he re-edited a lot of the scenes, and it was horrible for me. That's why I said the first Zack Snyder movie that I really have no desire to watch again. The same experience that I had with Star Wars, the Rise of the Skywalker. I think that's the movie that really made me turn off movies. So and Zack Snyder never watched the original cut because his wife said don't watch. Christopher Nolan, who is a producer of the movie, said don't watch. So what can I say? Okay, first of all, the movie is the same and also different. The same meaning that the end goal, the plot is almost like the same. Like the Justice League is formed to fight an enemy from space, and at the end they fight the enemy and they win. So that's the same plot for both movies. So the 4 hours cut, what is the new edition and what not? The new edition basically is Zack Snyder style. Zack Snyder, because Joss Whedon took out a lot of things that from the Snyder cut, and Zack Snyder put it back. So what is different from this movie, like I said, the plot is the same. Justice League fight alien, Justice League wins. Same here. But what is different is that a lot of the characters were given more time on screen. For example, Cyborg, his character was given more background, more exposition, more motivation, and it really is the heart of the movie, like Zack Snyder been saying. So, and I was surprised. I expect that. You hear all the rumors, but when you saw it, when you watch this movie, yes, his role, his character is better. Okay, whereas in the last version, but I don't care about his character at all. Okay, so the second character that really was boosted by the Snyder Cut is Flash. Flash character was given more story, more background, and more makes it more role to play, because in the original cut, he was just the Flash, but like his role wasn't integral or important with defeating the alien. Here, his role was given a lot more to do, and as more important with defeating the alien. Because I think the Joss Whedon version, the Flash was given a role to push a truck of family, a truck with a family, just to get them out of the conflict zone. That's it. His role was not important at all, and in this version, his role was super, super, super important, and that makes me appreciate this movie a whole lot more. So the additional 4 hours, you can see the first half is focused on the character. You get more characters, you get that motivation, especially with the Flash. I became more a fan of the Flash and more of a fan of the Cyborg because of this version of the movie. What else? Of course, they added some of the. For me, the additional other thing that they added really wasn't as extensive as the Cyborg and Flash edition, because that is more interesting to me. Whatever they added else is just for me. I mean, I wasn't really like wow, like the black that kept Superman wearing the black costume, but the same plot, they bring Superman back from the dead, same plot, they added more dialogue and more context and whatnot, more explanation. But basically, like I said, it's the same story, same plot. I mentioned Superman. They gave him the important black costume, which I think was just okay. Like I said, I'm more interested in character so much more than just physical differences. The other physical differences besides Superman having a black costume is the Stephen Wolf, the big baddie. The big baddie here looks so different from the big baddie in the Joss Whedon version. My opinion, like I said, for me, your design is not really my concern, because the same storyline, the same position, same plot, I don't really wasn't, it's not mind-blowing, that's the point. So, having seen this, I want to be honest with you, truthfully, it is an improvement over the Justice League that came out, directed by Joss Whedon. So it's so much better than the Joss Whedon Justice League. That one I cannot deny. But in terms of the plot, I said it's the same plot, and I don't like that, because when I watched this movie, I only excited about Flash more than Flash and cyborg characters. But other than that, I wasn't really interested in the movie because the same plot. I've seen this before. I know the story. Of course, they added a lot more with Stephen Wolf. They added Dark Side. They added Dark Side, his right hand man. I don't forgot the character's name because for me they are forgettable. I mean, for me, Dark Side is forgettable. Let me be honest with you. For me, it's forgettable because I don't really get to know him that much, or I don't care about his character at all. Because he doesn't play that big of a role in this movie. Stephen Wolf, although they changed the design to make him look badass or something, for me it doesn't matter. For me it's just because you have the same character, same kind of, same kind of character. He's an evil villain, regardless. They added more motivation for him in this movie, more reason for him to do all this crazy stuff. But I really doesn't care about Stephen Wolf, the new version. And to be honest, I find his face very annoying. Very annoying, because I prefer even though the Joss Whedon Stephen Wolf, he looks more human. Stephen Wolf looks more human. In this version, he looks quite like an alien, and to be honest, his face looks like a cat. In some angle, he looks like a cute cat. I have to say, it looked like a cute cat, and I'm really annoyed. Why? I don't know why. The body looks nice. Stephen Wolf have new armor and whatnot. He looks, but because of the face looks so mandom. Mandom means so meh. He looks like a cute animal rather than the first one, the Joss Whedon one. He looks more human. Like this one, he looks more like a cute animal, Yeah, like I said, the plot is the same, and I really wasn't, I wanted to, because it's like watching an old movie, and it is an old movie, so nothing mind blowing. And the only thing that stayed with me after I stopped watching the movie, is the Flash story, because they added so much more into his character that it shows more of his power and his capability, time travel, time manipulation. Like, you don't see that at all in the Joss Whedon version. So I have more appreciation because of Snyder Cut really put more emphasis on the Flash and Cyborg. Cyborg, to me, I still like, okay, they added his motivation and backstory, and whatnot, but for me, I really wasn't interested in him, even though I do understand. I think it's still better because they added more background and created more motivation for him. But in terms of character, it really doesn't make me like him more. I really like Flash. That's a thing that I got from this movie. Superman, the black costume and whatnot. I really, the thing is, and this is not Joss Whedon's fault. I think it's also Zack Snyder's story. Because I really started to get disappointed with Zack Snyder movies, starting with Batman vs Superman, BVS. Even though I bought the movie on Blu-ray, I think I like to see the cinematography there, because they fight at the end, they have a badass fight there. But to be honest, when I watched Batman vs Superman, what it did was, it made Superman bad guy. I don't like that. I really don't like Batman being like Superman fighting with Batman. Doesn't make any sense, and it makes him like a douchebag. I don't like that. And Batman really, for me, really, it's like, why is he fighting with Superman? You know, he's human, regardless of whatever machinery, gadget, whatever he can create. He cannot fight Superman. And that is repeated here in this movie, where, like, basically all the bad guys, which is Stephen Wolf, Darkseid, they dare not attack Earth because of Superman. Because of Superman. Meaning, Superman is so much powerful than Darkseid and Stephen Wolf. That's why those people dare not fight Superman. They dare not invaded Earth because of Superman. So for Superman to fight Batman really doesn't make any sense to me. And I think their fight between each other was lame. And the Martha scene really brought it down, because, you know, that all scene, that Martha scene, beside the Martha scene, the scene where she threw, Lois Lane threw the spear inside into the somehow underwater cavern, and then somehow they got it back. I think that was so unnecessary. And even though I like the cinematography of that movie, I like the introduction of Wonder Woman in that movie, but I really don't like, I started to dislike Batman and Superman, because they somehow, as Zack Snyder made those character looks like douchebag, really unlikable. I really don't like Superman in that movie. I really don't like Batman. And then they added the horrible Lex Luthor, who was like a mental case. So I really don't like, because a mental case should be Joker, and Lex Luthor should be the mastermind. But in that movie, they made Lex Luthor like Joker, and instead you don't feel threatened at all, like he was the mastermind. And that's really affected my viewing of that movie, because if I imagine Lex Luthor should be like Penguin in the animated Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie, that kind of charisma and calculated thinking, you know, that is how Lex Luthor should be, instead of a funny clown that I don't find intimidating at all. I thought Lex Luthor was just mental case, and I started to dislike that in that movie. So when I watch the Justice League, they keep pushing back the same kind of characters and same kind of plot. I wasn't really into the plot, even though I have said earlier that this movie is superior than the one that came out in the cinema. Okay, but still, because of the same plot, I really didn't find it really like groundbreaking or interesting. You know, that's the problem with the Snyderverse. Even though I'm a fan, but to me, I'm a fan because he deserved to release his vision, and he has a style that I like: slow motion, desaturated coloring. His cinematography is beautiful. I like that about Zack Snyder. But other than that, I find the plot very lame. You know, Justice League going up against Stephen Wolf is very, very uninteresting to me, unfortunately. And after I watched the 4-hour cut of Zack Snyder, I needed to take some time, because I rewatched the Joss Whedon version before I watched this. So I was confused what to feel, except for the very subjective one, objective one, like they are same plot but better, same plot but more character development, and that's it. That's the movie for me in terms of does it make the movie better? I think it does, but still the movie plot itself is very lame. I'm sorry to say, I wanted to say otherwise, but it's just an old movie. I think because of that also, because it's an old movie, I've seen it. So when I watch it again, I was watching same movie except with good scene. The good scene that I cannot deny, like I said, is the Flash. Everything that Flash does in this movie, I love. I love all of the Flash scene, especially a spoiler alert, the scene that Joss Whedon cut out from the from the original Justice League, which is like showing the background for Flash and how he saved a girl from a car accident, and while he was trying to get a job interview. And I like that inclusion. For me, is really fresh, and I'm very important. That's the thing that I think really matters to me, because it's a same movie. I wanted to see what's new, and I like what they offer here, which is Flash scene. So that itself brought up the movie a little bit higher for me. But I wasn't really, like I say, if I could go back and watch, I will go back and watch the Flash storyline, because for me the when I was watching the end part, I will spoil anyway. The end part where they fight the Stephen Wolf, which is the same, but they added more role for Flash. In the original, like I said earlier, his character was reduced to pushing a truck, nothing else, and I was very sad because this is so lame. But in this version, they show Flash superpower a lot more, and when you see all the superpower of Flash, you realize, wow, Flash is actually more powerful than, I would say, Superman. But Superman did beat him, but he's up there, because of his super speed. It's amazing, man. He can turn back time and things like that, which I would say, wow, that is something new, something fresh. I like that. I want more of that. That's the only part that I feel that way. Okay, so that's all the good part I wanna point out. So I want to also add, they also added a lot more Amazon scene and background. Okay, so they added more scenes with the Amazonians and whatnot. Okay, let me be honest with you. The additional scene doesn't change anything about Wonder Woman plot, and doesn't change anything of my opinion of the Amazon scenes in the original cut. Because to me, how it's just a filler. There's nothing stand out. There's more fighting scenes. There's more scenes with the Wonder Woman's mom or queen. I really don't feel excited at all. I'm not a young kid. I don't care about sexy Amazon. I don't care. I want to see something fresh, something new, something nothing. About Wonder Woman, they added all those scenes. I mean, I'm happy that the actresses and got all that scenes, what they had worked hard for, they got to see the final cut, the Zack Snyder's cut, fulfill. Good for them. But for me, as a viewer, nothing of the additional scenes with the Amazon really captured my attention. There was one scene where the queen of the Amazon have to fire arrow to warn Wonder Woman, and it was very slow. That scene was like they have to carry one arrow. I think they have like eight Amazonian warrior carrying a crate, and then they carry the crate very ritual, very slow. They put the crate down. I was thinking like, what are they hiding there? What are they gonna show? They took like eight Amazonian warrior to carry this crate just to show, it's just an arrow. My God. And that was such a long-winded scene that doesn't add any value, to the Amazonian storyline, to be honest with you. And I was like, what? And all that scene, all that thing, all the while of that scene, that they need to carry out this magical arrow to inform Wonder Woman about Stephen Wolf was the most, to me, I was thinking, hey, I mean, I think everybody be thinking it also. Why they do, would this problem would be settled if they just have smartphones? That's it. I mean, it's such it's such a very long scene that I was thinking, like, you know what, this is so simple. If they can just pick up a smartphone and call Wonder Woman instead of this long-winded scene. It was so dumb. To me, it was so dumb. And there was everything a lot about the Amazonian scene. Look, I love strong women. I love Wonder Woman. I love strong women. But you feel something weird when this Amazonian, they still use arrows, you know. You still use arrow. They still use sword. I mean, if Wonder Woman used that, I can understand. Wonder Woman weapon are special, you know, because Wonder Woman is not only superpower. Her weapon are quite invisible also, quite strong. So I don't mind that, because I think that Wonder Woman have a lot more range. Her range of power is more. But for the Amazonian to use arrow at such a modern age is so weird for me to watch. I mean, thinking, because I say this is like the same problem I had with the Joss Whedon version about the Amazonian. I was thinking, like, why? Oh my God! Even in the 21st century, they're still using arrows. What kind of warrior is that? This is dumb. And they are protecting the Motherboard with just arrows and sword. It's dumb. It's really like. And then I said the worst scene is the one that trying to shoot an arrow to warn Wonder Woman is so unneeded. And I was thinking, like, why they could have cut that out, but I guess because Zack Snyder made a promise to the actresses playing her Amazon Queen. I read somewhere that he made a promise to put in all the scenes back in. So is from a technical standpoint, I agree that's the right thing to do for Zack Snyder to honor his promise. But in terms of story and plot, I really don't think any of the Amazonian scenes added anything new. I'm so sorry. I tried to find anything new, fresh. Nothing added to the Amazonian story, Wonder Woman story, other than make me think about using that arrow scene. Really bugs me because it's so long, and having all this eight warriors carrying just an arrow. I was thinking, like, those so dumb, man. So waste of time. That really bothered me. And like, what else that bothers me? Like I said, the design of Stephen Wolf. They really his face looks cute, like a kitten, you know, like a cat. I wasn't afraid of him at all. You know, just having a new armor doesn't make your character better. I think, even though they give him motivation, some background, but I really have the same problem like when I saw the first Joss Whedon movie. I really wasn't interested in the villain at all. The overall plot, I really have no interest. Like when they fight, the final battle is the same battle. Justice League fight Stephen Wolf. Justice League will win. Same plot, so I don't bother. Except, like I said again, the Flash scene, which they made the movie a lot more different for me. I like the Flash scene. The final battle was okay. What else I don't like? I think the movie is a bit long. I mean, like I said earlier, so many scenes can be cut out. like the Amazonian scenes could be cut out, and there is a epilogue. The epilogue is so long. There is another futuristic epilogue. Spoiler alert, it's not really an epilogue, it's just a dream that Bruce had. But to me, it's such a lame because they added Joker and whatnot. Even though, like I said earlier, I wanted to see something fresh, but I think it's a storytelling standpoint. The movie, they should have ended after they defeated Stephen Wolf. They show a scene where everybody is standing up and lining up to go into their ship. Justice League. This is after the final scene after the final battle, after they defeated Stephen Wolf, they lined up together, and I think the movie should have been cut there, like cut and made the ending there. Instead of going into the epilogue. I think the epilogue, I think that scene after that was such a meh to me. And even the Joker scene, I thought I wanted to like it more. But when they reveal it's just a dream, so it's just a dream. So it's pointless. It's not like in Batman vs. Superman, Flash actually came out, from the computer screen, like warning Bruce Wayne. That's real. That's not dream. I think that is much better than having dream scenes. And like I said, Batman vs. Superman, for me, is just tolerable. Just tolerable. And I really don't like I said, I really don't like they made Superman and Batman feels like a douchebag. And the reason which I hated, really don't like the Batman vs. Superman movie was Lex Luthor. Oh my God, really brought down the whole movie. And thankfully this movie, Lex Luthor showed up in the end, just like in the Justice League version, as part of the epilogue. And again, the moment I saw Lex Luthor, I was really disappointed. The only part of it that I'm not disappointed was Deathstroke appearing, because for me Deathstroke is a much more interesting villain. And if they make a movie with Deathstroke fighting Batman, I think that's a better movie, if they can make that movie. I think Deathstroke is an interesting villain. And here he was really, I like that character. But the moment they show Jesse Eisenberg, I don't know who's playing that. Is it Jesse Eisenberg? As Lex Luthor, I really lost interest. I really like, this again. For me, Lex Luthor is such a bad character they made for this movie. They made him crazy, and they put this kind of very weak actor, weak character. I find it, no, I'm not afraid of Lex Luthor at all. Compared to an animated character, Kingpin, in the Spider-Man Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse movie, the Kingpin there is just animated, not a real actor. And he's not alien, he's just a human mobster. But when I look at the character, I feel intimidated because he had more charisma, more evil intention, more, even though it's animated, that's why I was surprised. I was like, wow, if a storyteller can do that, that's an important thing to do to a character. Make the villain more intimidated. In this movie, Lex Luthor at the end, oh God. And the nightmare scene, people keep talking, there's a nightmare scene, the future of what happened, about blah blah blah. They trying to discuss what's the future scene of the movie, but not spoiler alert, but it's just a dream. It's really a waste of time because it's just a dream. It's nothing important, nothing to worry about. It's just a dream. For me, I look at it that way, and I think it's a meh movie. Like I said, the movie should not have gone into the epilogue. They should have ended near the end, near after they finish the fighting with the Stephen Wolf, they standing up there together and that pose, and I think that is should be the ending. And what else did they added into the movie? They added Martian Manhunter, which I think I wanted to say here is a bullshit thing. Bullshit. That really makes, I said, this movie really bring it down, bring the whole movie down, because they added Martian Manhunter. In the middle, they included Martian Manhunter disguising as Clark Kent's mom, and then Martha Kent, and then they bring him in the end to see Batman, which I think they reshot that movie, which also, like, when I watch it again, I wasn't excited or jumping, wow, 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 like that. I was thinking, like, what a dumb scene. Like, if Martian Manhunter already existed on Earth, and there is this Stephen Wolf trying to destroy Earth, trying to bring Darkseid to Earth, why Martian Manhunter never helped join in the fight? I'm sure Martian Manhunter knows what's going on, because he was spying around, disguising as Martha Kent. I'm sure he is such a busybody to do that scene. I'm sure he should know what the hell is going around. I'm sure he was there when Superman came back from the dead. But for him not to to contribute anything at all to their fight was bullshit. Then for me, it's such a disappointment to dangle that. It's just a dangle that to us. I mean, if they introduce him, that's why I really thinking about it again, the epilogue of this Snyder Cut for me, even though, like I say, I like introducing something fresh, but when they introduce Flash background story, it adds to the plot. It adds to how the character was portrayed in the whole movie. It makes him more heroic. But in this version, when they added Martian Manhunter, he did nothing for the movie. He did nothing to the movie, for the movie, to the plot. He did nothing to the plot. He did nothing to help the plot or elevate the plot. And for me, I was thinking, like, okay, why? I'm supposed they wanted to fan service, and that's fine, but it doesn't serve the plot at all. And I hate that. I hate the epilogue, to be honest, because the whole thing is a dream. They made the Joker, it's just a dream. So when it's a dream, I completely ignore. If they cut out the Amazon scenes, they cut out the epilogue, they cut out some of the Aquaman scene in the village. Yeah, I think they can cut it more. It will become less bloated movie. It's a bloat. Okay, I noticed also, I never mentioned what I hated about Aquaman scenes. In the original version, to me, the Aquaman scene is suffice. Meaning, you add more or you take out more, doesn't matter. Because the Aquaman scene here, what they added was, they added Voldo, his mentor. They added those scenes with him and Mira. I think those scenes are okay, but they also added this weird scene at the Aquaman village. Suddenly, people were singing to Aquaman. I was thinking, what? That's not in the theater version, but it's in this version. I was thinking, what? What does it serve? It doesn't serve anything. And then there's one scene, one of the singer come and pick up Aquaman t-shirt that he always... Aquaman has a habit of tearing out his t-shirt. I don't know why. Next time, don't wear shirt lah. He tear out his shirt, and this girl came. She was singing also. For what reason, I don't know. Such a weird scene, and then she smelled the shirt, and that's it. I mean, what? It doesn't contribute to anything about Aquaman. Doesn't contribute to Aquaman character at all. Singing for what? I understand adding his mentor, adding more scenes with Mira was very good. I think that's contribute more to his character. But adding people singing to him and then smelling his shirt is so weird. It can be cut out. That whole village scene can be cut out extensively. I mean, if they cut it out, it doesn't hurt the movie. The reason I mentioned Aquaman last, because to me that, even though they improved the character for Flash and Cyborg, I think Aquaman came out like become more useless. His only power is just his trident. And so what? I was thinking like, so what? They take out his character. A lot of his funny bits from the Joss Whedon was of course not here. He was sitting on the Wonder Woman lasso was cut out, so he had to tell the truth. That was cut out, and a lot of the one-liners I really didn't like how they made his character looks, with especially the singing part. I feel really doesn't need to be in that movie. Why do they sing to him? Okay, it's also really weird. And then the same problem I had, I just want to go with the Aquaman scene, because I really saved this for the last, because I had this problem with the first, with the Joss Whedon release, and also with the Zack Snyder release. Okay, Batman is supposed to gather all the superheroes, right? So Aquaman, he had to go to the fishing village. But the one stupid thing that really stupid for me, is really dumb, that I complained in the original version, the Joss Whedon version, was why he, oh God, I want to mention this. Really, thinking about that scene really stressed me out in terms of how stupid it is. So the scene is Batman rides a horse to the fishing village, right? Batman rides a horse to the fishing village. Why? Why does he need to ride a horse? Because after he left the fishing village, you know what they show? They show he came out from a helicopter. What? Like, the fishing village can only be reached by horse? What is that? What kind of logic is that? Like, he rode the horse to the village, but when he need to leave that place, he came out of a helicopter. So my point, helicopter at the airport before flying back home on his jet. My question is, why didn't he fly a helicopter to the fishing village? That's my complaint with the original movie, the Justice League, Joss Whedon Justice League, and my complaint about this movie. And then they added more scenes, like he camping. He was shown as making coffee before taking out the horse. It looks like he wanted to warm himself, so he makes coffee and burn some fire to make coffee and whatnot. I was thinking, like, what kind of movie is this? What? So he had the time to camping, to go to this fishing village on a horse, whereas he can just use a helicopter. Oh my God! And they added the scene where Alfred even asked him, "Can we meet the king of the sea somewhere warmer next time?" Because it's such a dumb scene that I hated from the first movie. and they still repeat this in this movie, and they added him making coffee. They added him going into this weird village, and people are singing to Aquaman. Really, really dumb. For me, is to be honest with you, the additional here is really dumb. You know, I really dumb. I was thinking like, what? Because he came out from that village in a helicopter. He reached the airport where Alfred was waiting for him in a helicopter. My point is, why did he go to the village with a helicopter? Dumb. And Aquaman scene, like they added, like I said, besides adding, you know, when you add something to the movie, it should contribute to the plot or character. So they added the bodyguard, his mentor, which is good. We added Mera scenes, which is good. It does contribute to his character. But all the Aquaman scenes here are bullshit. Really, really, really bullshit, man. I mean, they can get out. They can be taken out of this film. You know, one scene that has me scratching my head was like they pull out this Atlantean bodyguard to the shore, to the sand shore, and Stephen Wolf was trying to question them, you know, interrogate them. I was thinking like, that's so dumb. You know, how it really is like, what is going on, you know? Yeah. It doesn't add anything to the movie other than to make me angry. Because if Stephen Wolf can detect the mother box, he doesn't need all this kind of interrogate some Atlantean guard. I don't know how the demon managed. Okay, let's talk about the demon. The demons, they are these flying demons that serve Stephen Wolf. I understand they fly around, but I don't get their ability in underwater. Because if you have wings, you try to fight underwater and whatnot, it doesn't suit that character kind of combat underwater with the demon. It's such a dumb story, man. The Aquaman scene here is such a dumb thing, because when you watch the Aquaman movie, the Atlantean and whatnot, the underwater movie scenes is so much vast, so much huge, you know. And if Stephen Wolf would come into the underwater world, it will cause some sort of alarm. And then they mention, the reason this thing doesn't happen was because the king, Aquaman brother or uncle or whoever bullshit that is, was not putting the resources in protecting the mother box. They just want to make an excuse. Whereas if Stephen Wolf was trying to destroy the world, of course the full power of the Atlanteans could be used to fight Stephen Wolf also, or at the very least protect the mother box. You know, for me that scene, the same reason I really didn't like the Justice League by Joss Whedon, still here for me is still lame. Still lame. You know, adding any additional scene from that Joss Whedon did was, I think, correct. They make Aquaman more funny, Aquaman more macho and more like cool, was taken out. I think he's funny here and there, but he was not shining so much anymore. And when he was fighting Stephen Wolf at the end, you just realize that his character and Batman really is not really that useful in the Justice League. Because Aquaman, his power come from water, right? His power come from the sea. So when he's fighting on the ground, on land, he cannot utilize his full power. He's just just having that trident, that it doesn't impress me or doesn't convince me that he has the potential or to be like a good warrior. he's out of his element on land. And that, to me, is the same problem I had with when I first watched Justice League, the original 2017 that came out, and also this version. I really find it lame, to be honest, because when you watch this movie, you will understand that he is not really badass to me. He doesn't have the power as okay. The only other character from Cyborg, Flash, that have a stronger, better impression in this movie is Wonder Woman, of course, because when you put Wonder Woman besides Aquaman, it really shows that Aquaman doesn't have any skills so much. He's brute force. He's a tank. That's it. And he needs water to do his superpower. So there's no water in the end scene. It's so far away from the sea. So I think like what? It's just a waste. But Wonder Woman, when you put Wonder Woman besides Aquaman, you show the lacking in Aquaman, but you show the power in Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is so much more powerful. She looks more badass. She looks more stronger, capable. So that's the only good thing about this movie. Other than everything else is the same. Plot is the same. What do I think of Darkseid? I'm not intimidated. I think Darkseid is just meh. Darkseid is meh. The alien forces, I mean, all of them are meh, and I keep remembering the new design for Stephen Wolf make him look like a cat. His face looks like a cat, I think it's not funny, it's not scary, it's not badass. Doesn't make any difference, because at the last scene he fight with Superman, Superman can just kick him out, and he was so easily broken already. Actually, Superman could have killed him very easily, because I don't know why they pull him back. I think for the plot purposes, just to end it in the end, right? But seriously, one-on-one, because they show the capability of Superman versus Stephen Wolf is there, but he did not go full power or something. But still, I would say it's better than the Joss Whedon, because the Joss Whedon, suddenly Superman would go somewhere else and help carry a building. In the third part, Flash was shown pushing a 4x4, and then there is a scene where Superman is transferring a whole building, and just to make like a scene, like a funny scene or something. But that scene destroyed the Joss Whedon version, because look, Stephen Wolf is trying to kill the world, to destroy the world. Superman should focus on that, because he's the reason why all these aliens afraid to come to Earth, and should not waste it on to save a building. Oh God, I was thinking like, I hate the Justice League. I said I never bought the Blu-ray or DVD or whatnot. I never bought the Apple version iTunes also, because it's such a bad movie. They transfer it to also the same plot, which is also like a meh movie. It elevates from bad movie to a meh movie. Meh because it's so long. It's so long. I cannot imagine rewatching this. I know some people are boasting that they watch it second time, they watch it third time. I was thinking like, why? It's an old movie. There's nothing to be impressed about, nothing new that is really like mind-blowing. And the end scene with the Joker that is talked about a lot, it's just a dream sequence. So how can you take that seriously? And the Martian Manhunter scene was lame. And for me, it's lame, because he could have contribute to the final battle with Stephen Wolf. He did not, and he has the most powerful. He has a lot of power, but for him not to join the fight was really dumb, and to show him at the end, I'm sorry, Bruce, I did not join your fight or something. He did not say, he did not even apologize. It was such a, for me, I'm not satisfied at all with this kind of late additional thing, Next time, they make this black character the Martian Manhunter. Fine, I have no problem with it. But to suddenly out of the blue, because the black character was since Man of Steel, suddenly he showed up here and saying, "Wow, I'm the Martian Manhunter. I have superpower." What? Why didn't you help them? Why didn't he help Superman when Superman was fighting Zod? Because the same guy was there. And then there was Batman versus Superman also. Justice, the black guy, the black general character was still there. He never helped. He helped Lois Lane, but he had the superpower. He didn't do anything much. When they fight at the end of Batman versus Superman, they fight this evil alien. I forgot the name of that. But it's like where Superman died, right? Martian Manhunter could join the fight there. Why didn't he join? Because he didn't join. Superman died because he didn't join. That really bothered me in terms of logic. Plot hole. Don't introduce Martian Manhunter like that. If they wanted to introduce Martian Manhunter better, the solution could be Martian Manhunter was never on Earth. They could create a storyline where after Superman and Justice League beat Stephen Wolf, somehow a signal was sent across the universe that the heroes are back, and Martian Manhunter could catch up, could listen to this and be alerted, and then he decided, okay, I should go to Earth and join forces with the Justice League. That's a better storyline than those no plot holes. Like, oh, he was here all along and he did nothing. Meh. Right? So a lot of weakness, right, inside this movie. The only fresh for me is the Flash scene and the cyborg scene. But the cyborg, to me, the story is just a downer in a way. It's just a sad story. Even though it adds a lot more. Like, in terms of movie making, is better than the first Justice League, the Joss Whedon Justice League, by way more. But in terms of quality, plot, it's just a meh movie. Meh movie. But I would suggest everybody should go and at least have a watch. Don't take my word for it. Because I don't mean to be, I don't pretend to make this kind of bullshit. There's no bullshit in my review. I'm trying to be honest. There are things that I like, the things that I don't like, I'll be honest with you. And to me, it's just a meh movie. It's not like mind-blowing. Or if you've seen the first movie, the plot is the same. It's just the same plot. And that really doesn't make me like, wow, blow my mind or anything. I just like the Flash scenes, and that's it. My score for this movie, in the end, is I would give it 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, above average, but it just reminded me of the Justice League by Joss Whedon. Even though they added a lot more scenes, but they reminded me, this movie reminded me of why I hated Justice League, why I never bought the Blu-ray and whatnot. Because of the same reason, same bad plot, and I don't like that. So that's my long-winded review for the Snyder Cut 4 hours Justice League movie. And I think the long review should indicate that it's such a long movie. I can say a lot of things can be cut out from this movie and make it less than 4 hours even. Much less. The Aquaman the Aquaman scene that is unnecessary, the Amazonian scene that are unnecessary, and the cut down the epilogue, because those are not necessary at all. And that's my honest review. That's why I put the score 6 out of 10. Even though it's better, but to me it's so bloated, because unnecessarily bloated, because there are scenes that we don't need to have here. And that's it. That's my review for Zack Snyder Justice League. If hopefully you don't get too mad at me, because I tried myself to I wanted to like this movie, but it turns out it's just the same movie that I watched in 2017, and it's not really that interesting to me. I don't like it. I don't like feeling this way about Justice League or Zack Snyder movie, but that's how I feel. Unfortunately, there's a lot more things that really made the movie a 6. Like I said, Lex Luthor, very wimpy Lex Luthor, dream sequence and blah 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 blah. I can repeat all this again and again. So that's it, my review for Zack Snyder's cut. And if you find something useful or knowledgeable, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Peace.